Welcome to Deadly Dames. So we got back quite late last night from HorrorCon in Sheffield, and it was just too late and we were too tired to do a video of what we picked up there at that time. So we thought we'd do it now. So first things up, we've got a couple of things. We went to Graham Humphreys stall, who's a really good artist, and the thing is, even if you don't know his name, you probably do know his artwork because he's done covers, loads of covers for Arrow Video, and he's done like Second Sight and things like that. So, but I knew for a fact I was going to go to his stall. One of the reasons why was because I took down one of my favourite Jack Hill films, which was Spider Baby from Arrow Video, and he'd done the artwork to that, so I knew I'd wanted to get him to sign that and Sid Haig to sign it. But we ended up picking up the HorrorCon poster, this one here, because I think it's really smart. I actually seen, I kind of wish I knew about this first of all, because it wasn't very well advertised in the way in that he'd done this poster, and I think it'd have been good if it was, because when we were getting Hera Langenskam's signature, the guy in front of us actually took this out for her to sign, and I kind of thought, God, I wish I had that, because I would have got everyone that was there to sign it as well. But by that stage I actually already had a good few of the autographs, and I didn't really have the money to go and get them all to sign something again. But I do wish that I knew that was there when they came in the door, but I'm still glad that I picked it up, and you can see that he signed it down the bottom there. It is a really smart poster. And we also got a few other one sheets from him. He did have some really nice things, like he had massive, and I mean massive, quad poster of Nightmare on Elm Street, which was really nice, and to be fair, it was on really thick paper, and it was expensive. It was good quality though, it was expensive, but for the quality of it, it was worth it. And you know, I think he just about sold everyone, didn't he? So we got, well, you picked this double bill one, which is Basket Case and Frankenhooker, which is also the covers they did for Second Sight here and Frankenhooker? No, Arrow Video. So you...
Sorry, I just noticed what it says in the bottom. Homemade Euchre and Exploding Escorts. Oh.
Meets the man with the brother that dares not to show his face. And he signed at the side of that as well. So yeah, because you love both those movies, don't you? And then we got him to sign...
I thought this one was really good.
Excuse me. Because I don't really have a lot of Halloween art. And when we seen this one, I thought, oh, because I love Halloween, so I don't really know why we don't really have a lot of things for them. But yeah, so we picked this one up, which is signed at the bottom here. And then the last one we got was, oh, I was going over to it, Return of the Living Dead, which again he signed at the bottom. So it's funny, Graham Humphreys' art is very particular, like, you know, it's him. It's got its own little, what's the word I'm looking for?
He's got his own style.
His own style. I wanted to say signature, which is not right. It's got his own style, so yeah, really glad to have picked these ones up. And every year we go to an event, we always say we're not going to buy any artwork because we don't have any room in the walls, and then every year we end up buying artwork because I don't even think we should bother with wallpaper anymore. I think we should just take the wallpaper off and cover it in art. But I couldn't resist it though. I mean, it's not every day you get to meet Graham Humphreys, and I just think he's a really good artist, so I was glad to pick up a few things from him. Could you just slide them to the side so I can get the signatures? Oh, I wanted the one underneath.
Oh, that's right.
So, we then went, the main reason why we travelled down to this one is because there was certain actors there that we just couldn't say no to. Like, when we read about it and Sid Haig signed on, we were like, oh wow, I really want to meet Sid Haig, but it wasn't enough to make us go, quick, get in the car, let's drive down. And then when Hera Langenskamp signed on, we were like, oh geez, and that, like, she's one of the few Nightmare on Elm Street original cast that we haven't met, and we were like, oh, we really want to meet her. But again, it wasn't enough to make us get in the car and drive down, because it is a long journey. Like, Claire's the only one that drives, and I think she'll tell you how long a journey it was for her, and because you've whinged non-stop about it. But then when Elvira signed on, we thought, oh my god, we have to go. And we never in a million years thought we'd meet Elvira. But this guy here, Jarrett, there's that record jumping. 2 seconds. You can keep talking, Claire. Or not talk at all. It's just like at the event where you didn't talk.
Well, see, when you go to these events, a lot of the time they don't understand a Scottish accent.
No, especially in Aberdeen.
Especially mine.
Yeah, so when we met this guy, John
Jarrett.
Oh, I can't remember his name. Like, we really like Wolf Creek. He's scary. He's genuinely scary in that movie. And we've discussed this many times, that it's because, like, let's face it, you would trust him if your car broke down and then turns into a psycho. But when we met him, he was actually the best person of the day because he was really charismatic. He insisted. He reminded of his Robert Englund, like the way Robert Englund is, but he insisted in having a photo with everybody. Even if you hadn't paid for a photo, he wanted one with you. Whereas there was other folk that were charging like £30 or more to have just a photo taken on your phone. So it's not even a professional one, like just on your phone of them, which is fine if you want that. But we're really not photo people. I think we've only ever had photo taken with Robert Englund. And I think you've got one with, because he stood up to have a photo taken with you.
He was so nice.
Where this guy was like, we couldn't get away without actually having a photo taken with him. He was insisting.
He's a lot like Robert Englund. He was just so charismatic and energetic.
It was a breath of fresh air. It was really good. I'm quite glad he was one of the first guys we went to, because it kind of put us in a good mood for waiting in the queues. Because, and that's one thing I will say about HorrorCon, is that they were really organised. They were good. They knew, like, a lot of events that you go to, queues get messed up and people start arguing because they're then given.
One is very disorganised.
Yeah, whereas this one was really organised, and they basically just let you queue to the end, and if the person's queue went past that, then it became a ticket system, which I think was very organised. It wasn't think let's do a ticket system later when we know how busy it's going to be. It was like, we know it's going to be busy, let's get prepared before this happens, which I thought was really good. Yeah, but he basically said to us, because we were going to get like the normal A2 pictures signed, and then we seen the poster, and we both thought, let's get the poster A4. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. A4 like pictures signed, and then we seen this poster, and we thought, well, let's get it signed to both of us. And he said to us, oh, have you seen Wolf Creek 2? Which we have. Didn't have the heart to tell him I didn't enjoy it as much as the first one, but we have seen it. So he signed this to us, and we thought it was funny because he's obviously put a double U in there so he doesn't get in trouble. But no, he was a really cool guy. I really enjoyed meeting him. I'm going to have to do this video in 2 parts because we went a bit mad and got loads. So
do the autographs?
I'll do the spider baby then, the autographs. Okay. Would you mind just moving that up a wee bit? Thank you. And then I took my spider baby down because it's not every day that you get to meet the guy that does the artwork for your favourite Jack Hill movie. Can't speak anymore. And the actor that's in your favourite Jack Hill movie. So I took this with me because I think the artwork on it's amazing, and obviously I love the film. So Graham Humphreys signed here, and he actually didn't charge us to sign there.
No.
Which I thought was really cool, but I don't think he really was charging to sign there.
He was signing everything.
He was signing everything, so obviously he was charging to get his artwork, but he didn't charge to sign this. And then when we went to Sid Haig, at the stage we got to Sid Haig, because he was obviously the most popular one, and his ticket queue was miles long. By the time we got to him, he was like the last person that we had to get a signature from, wasn't he?
He was.
And was Tom Matthews last? No, I think he was last. Sid Haig was last.
No, Sid Haig was last.
And we didn't have a lot of money left, and the only negative thing I'd say about where they chose to have the event, because I loved how they had it spaced out. So I'm going off topic here, but I love how they had it spaced out with loads of different things that you could go and do, so it wasn't all cramped in one space. But there wasn't a single cash machine anywhere in sight. Now, when people go to these events, they spontaneously buy. They turn it, because they do what we did, and they go, no, we're not spending any more than this. But then you get there and you're like, oh my god, I want that. Like you did with your Abe's Odyssey figure, or like the Return of the Living Dead check. I didn't plan to buy that. I just turned up and thought, oh my god, I want it. So they should have probably thought ahead and got some sort of cash machine in the building, and the card machines weren't working for half the stalls, because I felt sorry for some of them that they couldn't get the machines to work, so they were losing business. But where was I going with this?
They were going to talk about Sid Haig.
Yeah, we didn't have much money left because there was no cash machines. So when we got to Sid Haig, we really only had enough cash to get an autograph each. And Claire had said, oh, just get your spider baby signed, and then we'll get one picture to both of us. So, and again, it was really unusual because he still only had pictures of Devil's Rejects and The House of a Thousand Corpses. he's been in thousands of things. I thought there would be like pictures of other stuff, but that's obviously what he's most popular for. And he signed my Spider Baby, and right at the end, like, because we got him to sign Spider Baby and then the photo to both of us, I handed over the money, and he was trying to give me change, and I was like, but he did kind of give me a look as if to say, just take your bloody change, you've gave me too much. So he actually ended up signing Spider Baby for nothing, and I'm not going to say nothing. Yeah, I actually did a bunk as soon as he did it, didn't I? I was like, okay, thank you, bye-bye.
You were funny though. You were like, okay, thanks, take care, right, bye, take care, bye, take care. Then you were away.
Yeah, because to me I was like, oh, bargain, right? But yeah, really, really glad to have got this signed by both of them. So set it to the side, and I'll quickly squeeze the autographs into this one. So I've already put the autographs into our book with all the other autographs. So Claire's just trying to find them. So the very first one we got, spin it round. Well, it wasn't the first one, but the very first autograph in the book is Head of Lining Camp to Claire. So she asked Claire what phrase that she wanted. So Claire said, screw your pass. And she made quite a big deal about writing screw, didn't she? She kept saying, are you sure you want me to swear? And we were like, well, aye, we're Scottish, swear away, we don't mind, we swear in our sleep.
I don't think she likes swearing.
No, she
Even
didn't.
Even if it is screw, which to me is the equivalent of saying bloody.
I know,
not a bad word.
it's not a bad word, but she made a wee bit of a deal about signing screw. She was like, I don't really like to sign it unless insisting. We were like, well, aye. And it's so funny because that Jarrett, we'll get it eventually, was sitting right next to it, and you seen what he signed, so we just thought, oh, well, two completely different people. And then...
She didn't really seem that happy.
No, but she's probably tired.
Probably.
And then I got her to sign He's Your Boyfriend Now, because when I met Robert England, I got him to sign I'm Your Boyfriend Now, which I thought was really funny. Oh, I'm going to drop this. 2 seconds. Sorry, I'm trying to do all this one-handed. Even though Claire's here, she's just a crap assistant. And then I got Linda Hayden. You didn't, but I think if you have a chance to meet a Hammer horror star, you should get their signature. And she was quite quiet. There wasn't a lot of people going to her, but I don't understand why, because as I said, she's Hammer horror. She's a legend. You should have a Hammer horror signature in your collection at some stage. And Sid Haig, which is the one to both of us here.
His signature doesn't look like a name. It looks like a pair of eyes.
It looks like he's gone PU. And then Tom Matthews. So you didn't get a Tom Matthews signature, but
No,
I did.
I couldn't really remember.
Until he wrote, I smell your brains. And then she was like, oh yeah. But yeah, I had to get his signature as well. See, that was the thing. Like, although we went down for Sid Haig, Head of Lining Camp, and this lady here, they're not like, they don't have lots of, all the people that they were big stars. So
They didn't have loads of them.
Yeah, they had like a good number that people were happy to spend a lot of money on them.
Mm-hmm.
And we drove all that way. I was going to get them all. I knew I was going to get them all, and I'm glad I did. So here's the lady herself, which Elvira. I don't know why I picked this picture, but I did. And then you picked the car. And then we got one for Alison. She hasn't got it yet, so this will be like her sneak peek. This one here. Which is funny because you actually said, I thought you were picking that one for you. And see, looking at it now, I did kind of think I
picked that
probably...
one for Alison, but when you picked up that pink one, I was so sure that was the one that you'd have went for.
I know. Skeleton. But yeah, I'm really glad we got to meet her. Again, she wasn't overly chatty, but she was still really nice. I thought it was funny that she signed everything Elvira. So, yeah. This is the end of part 1, because we've got a few other things that we need to squeeze into the video. And we don't have enough time to do it all in one. So, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you're going to HorrorCon today, get loads of cash out, because there isn't an ATM there. And we'll come back and show you what else we got in part 2. Thank you.